Alright, so a little while ago, Simon made this Olingertoons tier list, and he did a video ranking them all. Twice, actually. The first was from like a couple years ago when Rated E for Epic was the newest tune, but 7 more have since come out, so he updated it. So, I thought it would be a really snazzy idea to rank these myself. That's right, I'm about to rank my own creations. This is going to be crazy, but keep in mind, I don't have a favorite Olingertoon. That's like picking a favorite child. Alright, so, first of all, Wyatt's House Party, the first of the original 3, is honestly C tier in my book. It's honestly the weakest of the Daydream Team Olingertoons, and probably one of the weakest and most formulaic Olingertoons that's out there. I mean, but then again, I was a dumb little teenager when I made Wyatt's House Party, so, yeah, not like I'm any better 6 years later. Alright. The only reason it's not like D or F tier, though, is because I actually did binge this show, like, back in 2021, and felt genuine nostalgia. Made me miss high school. Okay, next, Low Budget, the original. Honestly, D tier. Low Budget to me is probably the weakest of the original 3 tunes, and episodes took forever to make despite their shorter length. I don't know, Low Budget just does not hold up to me. But, I don't know, maybe some other people like it, I sure don't. But yeah, that's Low Budget. A literal anime. Honestly, A tier. A literal anime is probably the only one of the original 3 Olingertoons that isn't a total disaster. Like, I had a lot of fun working on all 20 episodes of this back when it was still going on, and remastering it on the first 3 Olingertoons still brings me genuine joy and nostalgia. And a literal anime is personally a project that I will forever hold dear. It was better than these 2 freak shows, I will say. Mr. Macabre's, the first to premiere after the OG3. This may be a little controversial, but to me it's a low C. I know it's a great show, it's got great story, and I have become proud of its plot, but the only reason it's ranking so low is because episodes took forever to make. It just never stopped. But you know, it is what it is. Mr. Macabre still has a great story, it's just production took way too long. Like, Mr. Macabre was practically holding me in a chokehold, I will say. Alright, now on to the real disaster. One Abysmal Family. F tier. Honestly, I have no idea why I decided to create something like this. It's not only a disgrace to my channel, but probably the entire internet as a whole. I'm probably going to delist all episodes of this at the end of the year, but all I can say is the show exists and that's a problem. Alright, now Love Block. B tier. Love Block is still great, I'm sure. The only problem is that to me it's basically a literal anime but worse. Episodes were also a pain in the neck to do, but if you don't struggle, you don't succeed, right? Also, I just want to point out that Love Block's song, Furious Freak, is like my favorite Kevin MacLeod song, so there's that I can give, right? The Experiments of Beverly Hills, S tier. This show has been going for 7 seasons and currently at episode 87. It's pretty much my life project at this point. Like, it's been going since 2021, and no sign of stopping anytime soon. So if you think Experiments is gonna end, you're crazy. Four Little Friends. Where do I put this? I'd say it's probably a low B. It was a great show, don't get me wrong. I still love using the characters of Darren, CJ, Stevie, and Lulu, but oh my gosh, the Olingertoon adaptation is not all that faithful. I mean, the comics were no fun either, but, you know, it is what it is. Wyatt Forever. Honestly, to me, it's a low B. It used to be like A tier to me, but looking back, I realize it's just not that great. Like, Wyatt Forever, I mean, it does have S tier episodes, like Simon said in his first tier list video, but honestly, Wyatt Forever was pretty great, like the first couple seasons, but then it took a huge downward spiral by the time Rainbow Island came out. Like, when Simon said the show took a seasonal rot, he was not kidding. Oh my gosh. But at least it still has the whole Daydream team, right? Something the other two Daydreamtoons don't. Okay, now Low Budget Reborn. It's only slightly better than the original. Only slightly. Because it parodies slightly better things. And Nick and Penny are in it. Fun fact, they were supposed to be in the original Low Budget, but I didn't have the time because when the original Low Budget was still going on, I was still in high school. So there's that. Pokemon Laia, the first fan series Olingertoon. Honestly, it's a high B to me. Sure, it dragged on a little too long, 42 episodes of just nothing, but honestly, it's a pretty solid show nonetheless. A lot of Pokemon fans seem to like it, and Rick's journey was quite satisfying at the end. Also, making myself the champion was a little egotistical, I will admit, but you know, I had the idea of the Laia region in my head since like 2017, so what are you gonna do about it? Greetings from Freedom Island. Where do I put this? Honestly, I think it's a high C, not to be confused with the drink of the same name, but you know, Greetings from Freedom Island honestly is, to me, very underrated. Like, almost no one talks about it. I mean, maybe it's just that they're freaked out by a talking pelican or something. I don't know. But it had 18 episodes. They were pretty good, but yeah, Greetings from Freedom Island is just the Olingertoon that people forget exist. Anyway, Buy Our Stuff. Honestly, don't really have an opinion on Buy Our Stuff, so I'll just put it in low C. Like, Buy Our Stuff is still funny, I'm sure, but there was only 7 episodes, and the reason for that was because had the show gone on longer, it would have gotten repetitive after a while, and it probably would have been ranked even lower. Probably one of the most disliked Olingertoons, I'm sure. Like, people would have been like, okay, I get it, if Buy Our Stuff went past, like, episode 15 or something, but yeah, that's just me. Galactic Girls. S tier. This is truly one of the greatest things I have ever made. And that's usually saying a lot, considering I don't usually like the stuff I make. But Galactic Girls, I think, is pretty decent. Like, it has potential to be a pretty solid franchise, even, one may argue. Like, I have actually been planning to bring Galactic Girls back as a graphic novel series, because I feel like a graphic novel series would work pretty well, honestly, because, you know, a lot of great cartoons get graphic novel series, right? Rated E for Epic. High A. Now, the only reason it's this high is because Rated E for Epic is, like, 80% not made in PowerPoint. So I could get episodes done in only a day, so that was honestly really great. The scenario switcheroos were a little hard to make, and I had some pretty big hiccups here and there by forgetting the credits in one episode. I still feel dumb for that, but you know, I guess it's what it is. Now, when Simon made his original list, these were the only 15 shows out, but the updated one includes 7 more, so let's look at those. Squirrels. I think it's a high A, or actually a low A. Like, Squirrels is pretty great, but 10 episodes is not enough. Like, I could have made more, but honestly, the 10 that I made were really sorry about that. The only ones that I feel are really necessary. Same with Buy Our Stuff. Had it gone on longer, it would have gotten stale and repetitive. Essentially, it would have had Wyatt Forever's problem. That show ran a little too long. Okay, now Riley's Park, literally everybody's favorite. Honestly, S tier. I'd say Experiments, Galactic Girls, and Riley's Park are like the big three when it comes to Olingertoons. Like, everybody seems to love Riley's Park, especially Talia. But the thing is, like, when this show was first being developed, when I was making this, I had really, really high hopes for it. I was like, people are going to love this. This is going to be my magnum opus right here. But I guess I was a little too right, because now it's like the only Olingertoon anyone regularly talks about. And honestly, it's just, whatever. The only reason I'm putting it below these two is, well, because there's no real story or lore in Riley's Park, and it's basically just Riley's Park only exists to be the type of show where you can just turn your brain off and watch the fun kids be fun, Cassandra Collector. High A. Higher than Rated E for Epic. It's like my attempt at making, like, some sort of, like, blockbuster type show or something. But I don't know. But I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think I did a good job? I'm honestly proud of Cassandra Collector. We honestly need more people like Cassandra, actually. Giving money to poor people, like, honestly, that would fix so many problems. Night of the Nights. Actually higher than Squirrels. Now, Night of the Nights only has 15 episodes, but I think it tells a pretty good story. Like, of Lucian's quest and all that stuff. And honestly, Dudley Van Rhubarb has probably the best backstory out of any villain in an Olingertoon. Like, honestly, probably the first time I managed to do a really good villain origin story. Radio Club, the 20th Toon. High D. I honestly thought the Radio Club was just 12 episodes of nothing. Like, fun fact, it was supposed to be the 17th Olingertoon in Riley's Park spot, but got pushed back to the 20th because I wanted to make Riley's Park first. Now, Radio Club is, I'm sure some people love it, but honestly, to me, it's just, The League of Daydream. Simon said that every Daydream Team Olingertoon gets better, and boy is he right. The only downside to the League of Daydream is that episodes take way too long to make. Like, Riley's Park even suffers this issue. That's why I gotta wait so long, because I'm lazy and tired and burnt out. But the League of Daydream, I'd say, is like the best attempt at a Daydream Team Olingertoon, because it took everything wrong with Wyatt Forever and got rid of it. And honestly, who doesn't like Lance, right? I'd say he's a pretty good addition to the Daydream Team. I wouldn't know because I never actually met Lance personally, but it's okay. Finally, Pop Tropica Chronicles. Honestly, I have no idea where to put this, so I'll just put it below A Literal Anime. Pop Tropica Chronicles only has 3 episodes out, but episodes are still pretty quick. Yeah. Plus, I played Pop Tropica a lot as a kid, so it only makes sense that this gets ranked high, right? Yeah. I know some people complain about the show being very uneventful and boring, but it will get better, I promise. You can't judge a show when it's only 3 episodes in. So yeah, here's my rankings of the Olingertoons, and yeah, you can rank these yourself and have fun.